Matt expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rolo said he was underground somewhere, captured.
Right. Okay, so we're in the timeline. Right. We're in the timeline where he's captured.
Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
So how do we get home?
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
Oh, that's the
His
grave.
numb hands hit something hard. A headstone.
Yeah.
A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
Oh God, you've been praying to or talking to an empty grave this whole time. Oh my God. That's awful. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Oh, that's so sad. But how do you know for sure?
Just snow-covered silence.
Maybe they moved the body too? Why'd you give me the slip? What if I couldn't find you?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. They stole his tree.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. Oh. Why are they here? 259k. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? The grave of someone with a family. People who love them will never know the truth. Truth is
He
overrated.
bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. Almost lunchtime. Weirdo. Here I thought I was the jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on
Luca
graves.
stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. Thought he was with me. That's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy gave Luca a
advice.
solid smack on the back of his head.
Bunk. Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass? I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? That mentions something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to the perennial harvest. Sure, it would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to
Iggy
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. The source. I have no idea where we go. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to
Iggy
you?
and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Yes. Well, do I? Aw, shucks. That hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Are we gonna go in here? We came through here, didn't we? Are we just going back into town? Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. A few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it? The long part of the story is you and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
He stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the look on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them later, they were gone. Oh, so that's when the town got moved. So you have a timeline. I figured some grown-up found them and tossed them.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Interesting. Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. That's so cool, though. I love that kind of stuff. I'm gonna dream about it again. Do you think this is a game? Why, yes. Newsflash, boyo. You are not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. Okay, so where are we going? I really thought, whoa. I really was afraid that they were gonna freeze to death when they took a nap. Crooked. The whole stinking place is crooked. Ah, look at that. Are we gonna jump down in that?
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. Why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? Sent the fireworks down into it. Uh-oh. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr, where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drats it cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What'd you do to our town? What's all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. Aren't you in charge? Oh, heavens, no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Like us, you are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Ooh, saccharine. It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. His eyelashes are so thick. Yeah, that's true. I love the hair, the little braid in the back. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Uh-oh. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? I have a box full of fireworks, and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. That's not just something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I am an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool! Call off your goons.
After a long
I want him to
pause,
drop it. I want to
Mr.
see what
Kerr flung
happens.
up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two. Ooh, the
Mr.
music's
Kerr
good.
sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh! That was it? Oh,
With
wow.
a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
No!
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
Uh-oh.
Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
Uh-oh.
His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging
Kick
to
him.
Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? Doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr is out of the picture. Let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Damn. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
That's so dark. Long life? I'll have you know, I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas
With a
Young.
wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Started singing? Can you believe this guy? Ooh.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's
Luca
okay.
felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
Don't do it. You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you? Just drop the box,
Every
actually.
muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy,
Luca felt
no!
his hand slipping.
I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. No! Oh my god! Wackadoos travel in
Calm
packs.
settled over Iggy's face.
He's gonna let go. Let me do
Iggy's
this.
voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing. Ooh, what should we do? Should we drop him or refuse? I kind of want to see the outcome of both, but what should we start with? Except first.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request.
Ho ho ho.
With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. Ooh! Well, what about the fireworks?
The 2 silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
You better step back from that hole, buddy. Yeah. Well, that's not too bad. Wait, then why was the dude so anxious to drop the fireworks in the hole if that was all that would happen? Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Oh. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before the harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. Time! Do you think we're gonna save our dad? Go back in time? Doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold, and the fireworks make the whole freeze over. What? As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
We do. That's when Rolo and I were in the treehouse, the ice blast. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us some precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are gonna save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm?
Wait, 2 charm?
Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy.
Happens more often than you think.
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
So should we go back and refuse now? We can still break something. Oh, when we're talking with Beck. Okay. Refuse.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Ah. That's the end as well?
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
That was short-lived. Okay. We got the crooked one as well, but I don't see it yet. Okay, let's go all the way back to when Beck was in town. We helped her out with dinner with her moms, and then it started to rain. Oh, yeah. So what happens if
Luca
the
began to respond,
clouds break.
but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Oh, is that what you say in English? If the clouds break, then it clears? I thought that clouds breaking means rain. Like the heavens break open. I thought the opposite. That's why I was so confused last time, because I was like, isn't that the same thing? Oh, thank God, I'm not the only one. I promise Rolo I'll tell him
Lucas
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you gotta tell me. Okay. You could come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Let's go! Oh, that's gonna be different. That Beck's there now, too.
Lucas saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? Yeah, actually, we haven't had anything actually happen with the heiress, really. Mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Ah! Oh my God. Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh. Oh. Let me in. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. Oh, maybe someone's just coming out, yeah. The heiress! Valentine. Who is she talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. Couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Yeah. We saw someone, right? We saw someone who got a suit. I forget who it was. Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. Mr. Nutcreed? The mayor? I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Oh, Kerr? Yes, the truth will come to light. Wait, the heiress doesn't work with Kerr? I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Whoa, I was expecting shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
No! Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine.
What?
His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
What's she doing? She is up to some shady shit with the other two. With her jam deliveries, something's going on.
Chapter 5.
I'm sure her intentions are good, though.
What big ears you have. Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet.
The plot thickens.
After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Let's go! Rolo boy! Not captured in this timeline. Ooh. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
Clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
I actually sigh like that. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you just sign here, acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Sometimes I get a little too anxious and I catch myself getting more anxious. So what I do is I just do like... and it kind of like makes me laugh. There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility. Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Oh. Goodbye now. What is everyone doing? It's like all the adults know that the town was moved. They must have signed something, don't you think? It's like all the adults know, but just the kids were left in the dark. The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. The question is, the figure intoned, are you prepared to live with the truth? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customers... Do you think they're all robots? See you bright and early tomorrow. Can't wait. I feel like they're all programmed to order a certain coffee.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it
The
without
mayor
you.
gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean, the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just a festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep. Little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. So is the mayor the heiress's sister? Are they brother and sister? I forget. Yeah? Oh, okay. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo? He's... Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family ever since the fall harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this fall harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. Used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used as fertilizer. Things were good. But around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died, and something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, the air, the soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yep. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh! Next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of crapshoot what happens. No one knows why? Nope. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep. For some reason their farm was hit harder than others. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came into town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. Yep. First thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town for a week while they decontaminated. Everyone had to go to a hotel for a week when they moved the town. We better get going. Oh, look at that.
Some tape. Hey, you never know.
Now I can fish different things. What is it? A bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. We regret to inform you that your application for property rights with respect to the Beacon Pines CBD and surrounding area has been rejected. Who's that for? Valentine Estate. Good, good.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Luca's so cute. Ooh, secret message. Malice 80 proof whiskey. Heart liquor for a heart man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around, but there's a message in it. Oh.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
I'll go get it. Ooh. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine will be written on everything. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. Man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. And Cricket.
Luca tied a bent nail onto the line. If all you have is a hammer...
What's that one? Picture? Photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Huh. Look at these two young fools. How'd it end up in the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. What's a new job got to do with him fishing with us? Complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Feels like I'm getting quite a lot of things. Can I just exit here? Yeah. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see. My reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rolo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a real test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. What's he doing? Oh wow. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. So what do I do? Ooh, a brick. It worked. Oh, it can. Does that count? Oh, it's moving this time. Yeah. Basically walked right up to it, but... Where'd you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess? Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seems more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. He keeps saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How'd you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang, that's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Era's Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rolo let out a low whistle.
Ooh! And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine? How do you say? Do you say clandestine or clandestine? Meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. Clandestine. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Era's Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda awesome.
Rolo and Luca shot back a look.
I fought a zombie earlier today in Final Fantasy 12. And their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you. And a ghost too, actually. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. How could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
How do you know it's even your gran? I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. But you could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your gran is hiding something. And Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. My gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. I love how Rolo is like totally cool with it this time. Like he didn't even go hard on Beck or for anything. He was just like, oh hey Beck.
The secret lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
I've been so tired lately. Going out every day and hanging out and doing things. Oh my god. Like every time I go to bed, I'm so tired. I'm like dizzy. What time is it? Oh, your cute PJs. Oh, getting dressed already. It was so cute while it lasted. Oh, I guess I should just hurry, huh? That thing on your head. Oh, this? Helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. Coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room.
If I were a gran. That's what I always say. If I were a teapot, where would I be? Where you might least expect it.
Rolo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust.
I think it's safe to assume that anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. So cute. Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I am going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted and turned toward the kitchen.
Go, go, go! All right, Rolo. It's your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rolo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Maybe looking like a vase or something? Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. I'm gonna ask Sean for coffee. I want coffee. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup
As Beth
and...
pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click.
No!
The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Secret tunnel! Through the cupboard! Through the kitchen! Secret, 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 secret tunnel! Do you think it goes straight to the... factory? Oh, no. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Let's have a good look.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Is that his dad's name? What you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
And caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rolo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. Best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Good job, Sherlock. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents and cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed holding up a monocle.
Wait, how does he do that? Like that? Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rolo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? Mr. Nuncre. Oh. Wait.
Rolo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home and... Oh, it's the water. Perhaps environmental? Because it was seeping into the ground, of course, because it affected the harvest, but it would affect all the water. Lab results only raise more questions. Psyche came back to this report later and made those notes. It might be related to something
Rolo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. With his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say
Rolo
next?
rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is
Luca
bullshit.
slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on there. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. I love Rolo. So cute. What's that? Hehe. Bam, 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 bam. Grandma is like a killer boxer in her free time. And what do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. And jam jars? Was it not jam, but was it explosives that she was distributing? What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Oh. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? That's why the friend was like, "Oh, thanks, I'll take my jam," and then took it.
Rolo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Don't eat it.
He
Huckleberries.
smacked his lips.
Hint of brown sugar and ink?
Rolo
What?
plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha.
Rolo offered the
Messages
slimy
in
note
the
to Luca
jam.
and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. A grand jamgram? It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Ah man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. So cute. Anything else? Oh, that's the next thing. Oh yeah.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Now I want to watch the Goonies. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. Starts at the entrance to town. And if we
Rolo
follow
carefully traced the
it,
path with his finger.
it leads right to...
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's a fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rolo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map is the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. Real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. Wait, is that the ice explosion? What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs! Quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
So
Then
creepy.
Suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Ooh, male. It's a dude.
Final few
Thank you
footsteps
for the
reached the distance
jam.
above
That
them,
guy.
And the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo! I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Just
Thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
I mean, he can just flick the light switch, right? Huh? Guess it's nothing.
Rolo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rolo, don't.
It was too late. Rolo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rolo tackled the man to the ground.
Heck yeah, Rolo. Mysterious creepy man. Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me, but there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo, that was awesome. Did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground, pressing his fingers to the man's neck. He sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rolo both gasped in stare.
Mr. Tolliver.
Chapter 7.
That's actually, there was one video, I already forgot what video it was. There was one video that Sean and I saw about character design, and that a good character design can be recognized by their silhouette. And we've never been able to let it go. So every time we see a silhouette now, we're like, oh, that's that person. You know, it's a good character design because you remember.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair.
That's also the argument we use whenever we say that, what's the name again? The dude in Stranger Things. Whenever we talk with people about Stranger Things and we're like, Vecna's kind of boring though. People are always like, what? He looks so badass. And we're always just like, imagine him in a silhouette. He's just a dude. He's just a bald guy. Like his silhouette is nothing. It's just a dude. That's why. And then people are always like, oh yeah.
His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Maybe he wanted more jam. They'd run the classic good cop, bad cop. Oh, I don't have bad. Good cop, chill cop. Let's do that.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Oh, you tied him up? Golly, I sure got my bell
He
rung.
looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little startled. Rolo's here?
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Hi. Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Haram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes
Luca
and
glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Get me out of these ropes. Can you imagine Fatal Frame 1? The ropes. They burn. I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust
Mr.
you?
Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
The ropes. There's another rope. Since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. Why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. Board with names of people from town. Archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives? I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You don't need to be untied to use your mouth, though.
Luca looked again to Rolo and Beck.
You can explain it to us without us loosening the ropes. I would say.
This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. Oh, there he goes! No, he's like slipping out. It'll all make sense in
He
time.
edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. Very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be
He
brought to
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of
Beck
a...
darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rolo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. Let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
We can try the other
Back to
approach.
the drawing board.
Good cop, hard cop.
Rolo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rolo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at
Rolo.
his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rolo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rolo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up. Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rolo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
Smart. I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rolo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tie me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze,
Ooh.
now more confused than ever. He shook his
Good
head,
Lord.
feeling more and more dizzy.
That's a hard voice to do. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
You just passed him
Rolo
out. I
spun
made him
around
pass
with a
out.
repentant grimace.
Damn, Rolo. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? I was just gonna say, library. Is there any information about this source thing? Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Yee, Kato! Hello, my friend. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, you work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Kato hung out there so much. Eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Mr. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rolo. Can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hankatomic. If you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you speak in my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Ooh, please let them all be blank. Can you imagine? That's like, I love that when they copy a town or a room to like cover something up, but then they forget the details. So like some of the books are completely blank. Like the small details have been looked over. Pretty boring reading, but they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
See you later, Faye.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Page 69.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of
Wait.
old county records, desperately searching for anything that could
3
help them make
towns
sense
over?
of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and
The
a
jamgrams.
threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to
They're
believe
so
the worst.
cute.
But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult.
Maybe it was actually not the current town square that she's gonna blow up, but the old one,
As
the
the
icy
sun began
one.
to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
Oh, and that's the massive explosion. She puts too many explosives in the source, so it is a massive wave. If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those asinine death records. Rolo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud his brain oozed out of his
Rolo
ears.
shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rolo
myself.
muttered under his breath.
Damn! You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Damn, Beck!
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing.
Oh, oops. Just like Jay Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, we're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit? 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 Obituary. Obit? Jay Hartford. Brookville Tribune 20 years ago. That can't be right. Jay Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. So it's not your grandma at all. Maybe it is still. My original theory was that it was his mom, but older. Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
That's creepy. Can you imagine?
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? Oh yeah, he's been missing all day.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house.
I would just try and approach the grandma, I guess.
Or whoever it was hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely.
She's snoring?
She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Oh, she didn't see the door open? Oh, he's gone. Oh, no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Huh. Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca
Oh,
rushed over
God.
to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
No. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He flipped
delayed.
the lid to read the label.
Mr. Duncreed? Oh, God, don't let it be poisoned. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing's wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Ooh, I feel like eating the... Wait, can we put the shelves back? No. Then how are we gonna pretend like nothing happened? Oh. Gran. Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed, play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
It's the jam you ate.
Something was wrong.
Oh, shit. Wait. Oh.
Luca groaned and tried to move.
He might just be... Like, it might just be,
His limbs
sleeping.
might as well have been bolted to
He
the
might just be
ground.
unconscious. Like, they need to take out people for a little bit, but not kill them.
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ. I went to sleep all right. The eternal nap. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? She's putting him in bed. Rest now and let me handle everything. Yeah, maybe it's just like sleeping powder or something in it. It's the
9.
germ.
A
Maple
speech to end
syrup.
all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed.
Suffocated.
He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
There you go.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
That bed on the right looks so cozy. Well, she's not here. That's still open. Do you think she's in the basement? Nope. Then where'd she go? Oh, hey guys. Where have you been? Grant put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed put me to sleep. Whoa. Sly devil. That's so cute. Cute drawing. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around, but I haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found, but Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. I see Don in the back.
Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, before we begin, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Shouldn't you do like a minute of silence instead? Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was
William
I?
Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Aw, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we are celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am Dajum thankful for him? What? Dadgum? I don't know that word. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment
Dadgum?
to survey the crowd.
Dangum? Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd. You know what?
He wiped away
Oh,
a
she said
single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment. Change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Dude, this speech would have lost me on the first word. I would have been like, whatever. Is there any candy? Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. A Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was unshakable conviction. Conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are the horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Oh, thank God. Just blow up the town. I'm done. Too boring of a speech.
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry. A little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone, remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim.
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Our harvest awaits! Damn! Grandma, what is you doing? You're just icing the whole town.
Moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
Bleh.
The end.
What a rough ending.
Ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
I wonder if we can confront our grandma way sooner
No,
or something.
I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Oh, there's Sly. Oh, Sly interrogation. I think that's our only option, yeah. Good cop, Sly cop.
They'd run the classic good cop. Luca and Rolo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Ooh, Beck is gonna do it. Okay.
With a few
Leave it to
crisp
Beck.
snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Holy shit. What? What's going on here? You're that Modewell girl. Please, call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran.
Ooh.
This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand, we never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here
Beck
to...
twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out what we're doing to destroy the source... Oh, we're going to destroy it. We both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in the perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it? It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go to work on that. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tulliver had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells is his apples.
Beck
Rolo focusing on the important information. The password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tulliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what
Beck
it seems.
marked each scrap of paper.
Oh, Jesus. Hi.
No, just me.
Just the coffee lord.
My hair might look like it, but not yet.
Thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome, my child.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried? Covered? Don't let it be your dad's grave. That would be awful. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21, N would be 14, D would be... Oh! It's an anagram! Nuncrete's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rolo with amazement.
Damn, Rolo! Rolo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Krent's nude rock star. Yes, I would like some nude rugs, please. Yeah, you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Nude rugs. Oh, amazing. Huh? What's she doing here? You scared me half to death. I need to drink with my right hand. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tulliver around, have you? Oh yeah, didn't we see them all come together for their meeting? He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. Don't think you can be late for your own funeral or whatever. Specifics. Yeah, didn't Nuncrete have like a tunnel? Oh, the phone booth. Wasn't it a tunnel? Like an elevator? You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sis. Caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this Insipid Town festival really about? I think...
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. I think look-wise, Eris is one of my favorites. After Dawn, obviously. Dawn is the best. I want like a poster of Dawn. I'm not kidding. So cute. The little nose.
Hey, the Beavers! Hi! Hey, baby. You want to come on my lap?
Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, what do you think? Who do you think will be blamed?
Hey, Beavis. You gonna lie down there? You don't want to be here?
Well, suit yourself.
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow.
Phoebe's licking his ass. Right in the corner of the face cam.
It's getting late, children.
Bye, Eris. Good night.
Ooh, what's she had to say?
She's still reading.
Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, isn't this like the kid that the heiress adopted?
Solomon stood proudly at
Solomon.
the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
So tasty.
We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an agreement.
Solomon shoveled a
Arrangement.
surprising amount of licorice into his
Nom,
mouth.
nom, 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 nom. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. I absolutely love licorice, but all I can think of is one time I ate a whole bag. It was way too much. I ate a whole bag of black licorice and I had some of the worst stomach cramps in my entire life. Because it was just a whole ball of licorice in my stomach trying to get digested. It was so painful. I've learned my lesson. But whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Ooh, I guess. Like Saragops. I'm certain you do. What if you like any type of candy? Like me. You just eat everything. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. For me, it's licorice. I don't really like the more traditional, like less, well, I guess it really just comes down to what you grew up with, right? Because I grew up with licorice, so I'm completely fine with it. But for example, in Japan, a thing that Japanese people are really fond of is bean paste. Is it called anko? I forget. I think it's called anko. Bean paste. And like, sometimes they put it in like a sugary outside, but the bean paste itself is not that sweet. It's fine. But I just don't, especially, I think it's for me, it's like the disconnect when they say, have some candy. And then I think candy, I think sugar, I think really sweet things. And then they give me like a bean paste thing and I'm like, bean paste isn't candy. So I think for me, it's like that disconnect that I can't. I've been raised on really sweet things. It took me like a full year before I could drink actual Japanese green tea because it's so much more bitter than here. I think we just need to go into phone booth, right? Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Grant's new drugstore! I mean, underground secrets! The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in. Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Okay. Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The
There they
inside of the phone
go!
booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Whoa, cool.
The air
What?
was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
Wait, that's how you say that? Chlorine? Wait, I think I'm thinking of chloride, actually. Chlorine. In Dutch we say chlorine. Do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue number 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Yeah, just predict everything and some of them will be right. This suit has a broken mask. Is that the one you kicked? Have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like an uncreed and talks like an uncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Whoa, music. Wait. Oh, which one though? Left, middle, or right? Should we just start left? Just start door number 1. Oh, mining operations alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. Oh, can we go in the office? That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi
Rolo's
tech.
hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, miny. Rolo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. Should we hide? Hide? Where? There's nothing but weird tubes. Just get back. Ah, Nuncreed. Shit. Definitely Nuncreed. Nuncreed's the one who says shit every time something goes wrong. Awesome! You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you, not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Your father, Walt. You know, your father and I were friends back before...
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this? That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist, both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were a psychic? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yeah, total psychic.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine came to us. says he's got an opportunity. Found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick. Into villain, actually. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take the Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what he needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
Going one of the tunnels. I've tried to keep you safe, tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now, she's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's gonna freeze us all. Let's go! Into the... You all need to run. Run where? Away. Far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. Whee! That did not go how I expected. So, we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. Whee! Let's go! You good? Yep. I love this town. Awesome.
Chapter 8.
We're back on page 67.
The cold.
I thought it just
hard
kept adding
truth.
pages, but I forget. It goes all the way back.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along.
Carom.
She heard the tinny,
What a
distant
word.
echoes of Rolo's glee.
Ooh, that's a good Wordle word.
Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden,
69.
as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view.
Oh, we're coming out
A
there?
burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Wait, just her though, or all three of us? All four of us? Where did Nuncreed go? That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow up something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. You gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. This looks familiar. No time, Nuncreed's getting away. Ah, I see. Because I'm like, oh yeah, this version doesn't know that this is the town. This is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nungre's an alien. Rolo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimensions, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. Final objective? Kill us all and shapeshift into Beacon Pine citizens their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter
Did she
wind.
throw all the jam in already? Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran, what's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rolo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing
I love
louder.
the music. You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not
They
true.
both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Uh-oh. What's the choice here?
Blur of emotions and memories. Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Ooh, cry or sing? Ooh. Maybe do this one first.
And in this was all
Oh,
just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly.
I feel like this leads to a quick ending.
The tears crystallized. As
So
they
that's
hit
why
the
I'm doing
snow.
this one first.
Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This'll all make sense soon, Luca. Everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't!
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
And then... ice.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing
Before
to...
Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
Yep. The end.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay, let's go back and hum.
After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody.
Oh, do you think I called it? Do you think it's his mom, but
It was
old?
the only thing that could calm his mind.
If I'm right on this,
That, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
that's cute.
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Ooh, goosebumps. Oh, that's so nice. Ooh, shivers. So pretty. Wish it was louder.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
I totally called it! Holy shit!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother.
I can't believe I called that.
They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my
Eleanor
son.
looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. I don't understand. What happened? Where did you go and why did you leave? I never left. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the dangers we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with
For
fire.
the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We got a party to crash. There she goes. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9.
Ooh, chapter 9.
The devil you know. 7 months ago.
Have we gotten to chapter 9 before?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest.
Are we gonna find out how she got the way she is?
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base.
Alright, 1 sec. I never realized how stiff I am until I try and look up. Oh, that was a nice crack. That was a very good crack. Too crunchy.
She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tenthus liquamen.
I was reading up on cracking your neck or cracking your joints, anything, because because my neck crack is quite intense. People are always like, that can't be good for you, but looking into it, actually, it releases like a buildup of gas in your joints, and it increases your mobility of your joints after you're cracking with up to 15%. So you are actually looser if you crack your joints.
There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod.
I mean, the best scenario, obviously, is if you don't even have to crack it at all. Because, like, I can't crack all my joints. I can crack, like, one finger like that. But I don't crack anything else, really. It's just my neck.
Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
But yeah, there was a doctor who, for like, I don't know, something crazy, like 30 or 50 years, he cracked only one hand and not the other one to see if there was any like downside to it. Like maybe, because there's like a really persistent rumor that it gives you arthritis, but there was not a single downside to him doing it for all that time. So if you feel bad about cracking any joint, don't feel bad about it. It's fine. Change is a choice. Oh, this is the same speech from before. This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town is a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Oh my god, is it really her? I can't believe it. Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Praying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. Oh, hey. She's not the one who was disturbed. You two-timing clown. I like how the piggy dude is still sleeping on the right. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Solomon? That's quite enough. Wait. Oh. That's... Oh god, what's his name? The dude that died, the Valentine... Sharper! Yeah! What if he accidentally got younger and the mom got older? And that's why she had to, like, adopt a random kid, because it was actually her father who had to have a home.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncrete's face.
And he likes licorice. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. The ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr. Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine. Oh, I figured it out just before they revealed it.
And expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Let's hope he's wearing stretchy fabrics.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
So, doesn't that mean he basically can live forever then? Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Okay, excuse me, Sharper is hot. Good looking dog.
Sharper
Good.
examined his new hands.
New hands. This is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Sharper Valentine Festival. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Ha ha ha, cool. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward!
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I mean, you can't drag all of us out. I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me, a town of complete and utter fools? You people could be celebrating, should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? Do I look like... I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. Forever, in fact. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Oh, Don.
Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of perennial harvest?
Ha! You think that puffed up blathers what? Could have accomplished all of this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned
Mr.
it.
Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. Truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was Pat C. the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. The young hero. Kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and her friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. He wrote that book. Oh, we did see a book by him, didn't we? I felt like I read that name before, Montesquieu. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous.
But then what exactly was the foul harvest? Do we actually know?
A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Oh, the ice.
The end.
Oh, so it's gonna doom the whole world eventually.
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
We got a new keyword somewhere. Oh, malice. Ah. Oh God! Is this when he finds us by the phone booth? Oh. Oh, we're going far back.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure it will work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rolo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Okay, wait, so this is the timeline where Rolo is missing? Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Okay, bye! This is Rolo's missing and we have the backpack. Yeah. Okay. Wait, what is this again? Oh, this is all the keywords we have. Okay. There he is! Oh my god! God, I didn't think of that though. Festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know the festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if
Two
someone...
scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
That's interesting. Because we saw him many times before and we didn't think anything of it. Nelly! I'm able to locate you on a staff role. Oh, I didn't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight and get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Harvest awaits. Can I get in there? Get out of my way. Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junking, sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junking? Might as well ask the same thing to you. Find anything good? Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. I always think about that because it happens, like, you know, movies and TV shows where someone goes through someone's trash and then discovers all these things. I'm always just like, what do I throw away? What do people think about that? A lot of online orders, for one, because I don't go out shopping anymore. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Wow, a lot of Uber Eats. Yeah. Lots of orders. Do these people even go out? Hey, Jetson. Have you seen Rolo? Afraid not. And as elusive as the fish in this here pond. I wonder if the fishing, like, will amount to anything.
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo! Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're
Luca
okay.
felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. Boop. He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
Lumpy embrace.
Once again, Luca found
Fishing
himself
is only for
in
an
a
achievement?
vast
Oh,
black
okay.
expanse. This time, he knew exactly where
That's
to go.
fine then.
He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed.
It's been 2.5 hours already. Holy moly.
He found himself standing in front
That
of the
flew
frigid
by.
air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame.
Oh yeah, he gets all of
waiting.
his weird, like, prophetic dreams.
Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face.
I wish they kind of, like, just move this up. Just for these, like, sequences where the whole screen is dark anyway. There's nothing to look at. Like, you could just put the book in the center of the screen so you can just see the whole book. I don't know, it's like a small thing,
A
but there's
place
so
where
much dead
everything
space
that
in this
has been
scene.
and everything that could be all wait together. Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below.
Who is it?
Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Who is it?
Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Did Rolo grow older? Whoa! I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are
The
you?
large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now, or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop.
Luca's jaw dropped.
He looks
peered
so
more
cool.
closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rolo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? I don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rolo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rolo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rolo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo? What? What did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ugh. Actually, it wasn't too bad. Kind of tasted like licorice. Passed out and woke up like this. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome. Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger? Ha!
Rolo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Oh, Beck. Hey, fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rolo dove behind Luca.
Oh, is she wearing a beanie because of the gray hair? Ah, take cover! Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So, you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rolo. This is your missing friend? Oh, one and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. He looks so good though. Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How'd you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca? This is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rolo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rolo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rolo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try and salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Ooh. Okay, just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. Talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck! He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. I don't know what that means. This place sucks. People are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival, but not another peach.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel or by dyeing your hair
She
more,
flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think about how rebellious you'll look then. I actually was looking up half-shaved hairdos recently. Not that I'm gonna do it probably, but I was looking up and it looks so cool. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. Sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. I think it looks great. She looks so cool. Great. Can we get back to the story now? Next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom and I was too angry to sleep, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. She's so cute. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yeah, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies. I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. So, Solomon? Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. Excellent, yes. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We're in the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, we can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. Can you imagine, by the way, just being on your radio, just like switching channels, being like super bored, and you find a conversation like this? I'd be so into it. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I am eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
Luca gave Rolo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who's this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nah, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana. The top banana. Oh my god, I'm gonna remember that. The top banana. He sounded scared of this founder guy. So we have an even topper banana on the field. Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Oh, the one in the dumpster? Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of here before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? The creep on the radio said that they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get
Beck
her.
flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. Blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome mat from my mom's PH orientation day. Perry Hotter. But it shows the layout. Sure, looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rolo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting! This is officially a heist! God, Rolo's the best.
The heist.
The
They
heist.
spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology. Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with
Oh,
important
the bully.
tasks only
What's
they
his name
were
again?
suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rolo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night.
Oh god, I'd be
There was
so
no
fucking
time.
tired.
The
Iggy.
festival was to begin in one
Iguana
day,
Iggy.
and they each had their assignments.
Alright, quick recap. Rolo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordial is my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain
He
your
waved
new
vaguely at Rolo's sizable figure.
circumstance? She'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of
They
something.
each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Godspeed, Pilgrim. Jeff, okay. Okay, bye. Where the heck could Jeff be? Don't you dare ask me a question. I was really hoping we were gonna recruit Dawn. Oh, the newsstand is called Up at Dawn. Oh my god, it's perfect.
You ever wondered why an agricultural company employs an army of survey takers?
The clipboards? They say they're just trying to make us happy.
Do they want to make us happy? Or just figure out what makes us happy? An important distinction. Bye, Don.
Just wanted to go see Dawn, honestly. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admire the conviction, but can he really pull through? I love that. Studying again? Oh, I can't talk. Oh. Guess I'll leave. Oh yeah. Someone said keep smacking the watermelon. Smack. Play that funky music. I don't know what it's for, but someone said it earlier in chat, so. Ah, there you are. What can I do you for? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry. I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
Hee hee! You see, I knew you kids were alright. Great, so you'll
The
help?
joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you
Looking
rascals.
into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Ooh. Junk. Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested. Can I
Luca
try
wasn't
again?
ready to. He shouted out again.
Shit. Fight? Maybe? Maybe fight? Shit. Shit! Yeah, it's all shit. Still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit? Hee hee! Fight. Done enough fighting for one lifetime and more than my share of losing. Time's gone to hang up the gloves. Crooked? Nah, they're all crooks. Like cockroaches. Stamp out one and another comes scurrying along to take its place. Well, last chance is hide?
Jeff's brow perked
Oh,
up.
the last one. Shit! What'd you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say that I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I got just the thing. While we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know? Thinking 5 bags of sour gobs could cover it. Put it on my tab?
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Okay, now we need to find Iggy. Have we ever been in here? Oh, I guess we can. Ooh. Hello, hello. Hey, Tish, look who it is. Look how you're here to try to tickle us to death again. Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each
Iggy
other.
gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So, I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities, at least for now? We do like breaking things, even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest
A
HQ.
wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Damn, I made some right choices. This feels like a final attempt, doesn't it? Like a final
Iggy
storyline?
gazed up at Tish with a smile.
Because we're using a lot of keywords. He invited us to hang out at the
A
treehouse.
single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. Oh.
Chapter 7. Into the hive. A good
Enter
heist
the hive.
requires preparation.
Uh-huh.
And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We're locked and loaded on my end." And Rolo, after a lengthy confession,
I
managed
need to get some
persuade
Rolo
Roxy
later
and Fitz
today.
to help.
I really want the chocolates
He
now.
stowed away in
So
mission
good.
control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rolo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Oh, Rolo has enough of that.
Rolo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rolo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning.
He
Right.
had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rolo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Oh. Our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rolo proceeded into the perennial harvest headquarters.
Our harvest awaits. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about. Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing. I'll
He
just check.
stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. But if you could just complete
Rolo
this form
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rolo panicked.
Our harvest awaits! That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir? Our harvest awaits! Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yep. Suck on this, perennial ham fist. What was that?
Distraction was enough for Rolo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I got a job to do.
Clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Phew. That was close. I knew they were in the crate. Yeah. Our harvest awaits? Hey, I figure when in doubt, stick with the classics. Oh, that was a close one, but you pulled it off. Nice work, Rolo. All right, everyone knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case she needs some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. Ooh, I would not want to go off on my own here. That's odd. Not even any cups for the water. Okay. Oh god, this is a maze. Oh god. Wait. Should we follow the ones with a mat? Oh god, I have no idea where I'm going. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? Long story. Are you
A
okay?
veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I'm most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Dang, okay, you should stick with me. I've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rolo and Becca are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I gotta do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not, I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. Pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly
Luca
fortunate.
tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electronic lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock
Luca
like that.
smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. Wait, they even got the other mom involved? Huh. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
And a quick hat tip, and ambled off with a whistle.
Huh. Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
Let's go! How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. Oh, Luca, you don't know.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rolo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. We need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rolo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder has such a basic password. What a basic beach. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting
Solomon's
themselves.
jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your
Luca
luck.
quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rolo, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, door is open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing down there? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this opens the lock. Call for alarm. I see. Crap, we got company. Luca, must go faster. 1 sec, I can't think with
He
the
quickly
noise.
skimmed the screen with his finger.
That's literally me. I can't think with a timer. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Oh, here they come. You gonna knock it over? Aw, man, no water cups. Rolo! Yeah, why are there no water cups? Rolo, are you okay? Rolo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms.
With
They're trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rolo, where are you? Are you okay? I think we lost them. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. Oh, beat him up. Make a break for it. Damn, just kick them. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there. After them. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rolo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Ooh, Mom! Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most infuriating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who's your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I have more of a growth spew. That's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars consistent with temples and exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the heck is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound that was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempus Liquamine. Liquamine? Liquamine sounds better. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. Oh, so it's pulling out the energies, making everything cold. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempus Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time, but it led to complications. The fall harvest. Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempest Liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't,
Ellie sighed.
right? You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. So Prescott was stalling. Those clothes were all hand-me-downs, really. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Dr. Prescott's dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. I just... like now. I kind of hope we get to see the source, don't you think? I kind of want to see it, not just the hole, but like go down there. Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we got her. Heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. It's gonna be an alien. That will be fun. Alright, everything's on track. What's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Maybe
Luca
look here.
tugged on each of the cabinets.
All locked. This must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you expected. What's this? What's this? The founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with the party? Only
Luca
time
held
would tell.
his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He was smoking? He must have been in here recently. Anything in here? No. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is
Solomon
boring.
muttered inaudibly.
Just you wait. Oh, nothing. Malice 80 proof whiskey. Hard drink for a hard man. Even his alcohol is
Solomon
arrogant.
once again muttered under his breath.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Yep. Rolo, before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered the pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. Ooh, pizza would be nice. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Everyone else, huddle up. Oops! I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Doctor, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you, Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. Powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Yes, now you've got it. Tempest Lucamine, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Doctor. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't
Solomon
intentional.
glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial,
Kerr
please.
presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder of
Before he could finish, Rolo snatched
I
the
knew
vial
it.
from Kerr's palm.
Go, Rolo, go! Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. We have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did the whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Rolo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a
Luca tickled
taste.
the vial mockingly.
Ooh, I would wonder if someone really young drinks it, though. I mean, well, it'll make him older? Seize him. Luca! Over here! Move another inch and I smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
Rolo drank it. Yeah, Rolo's older, so I was thinking Rolo should drink it to go back to normal, but it's the other way around. It will make you older. You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less
He
leniency.
pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
Maybe throw it to where they are. I give you my word. If you hand it over now, none of you will be
A
harmed.
deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck, but there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there is only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust him. I'm sorry. He's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded.
Oh, dang.
Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's
Oh, she did
face.
something? Do you think she swapped it with something else? She did hold it behind her back. You have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. Her chem set? Oh, maybe. And to think, all of this thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great, but the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my lab in an attempt to sabotage my
Solomon
work.
shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
The speech started. Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Wait, doesn't this still mean, though, that Luca's mom is at the source right now, about to blow it all up? Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep post outside the door. Well, crap. Can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. What now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan, Rolo. You just need some time. Rolo, it's over. We lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just, we were so close. I got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals? What? Time heals all wounds. Time seems like less of an issue for him now. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of a note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents, I think they were meant for you. What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempus liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work, and it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now? I guess, yeah, this timeline
sounded from the hall.
doesn't know. I keep worrying that we're gonna
Chapter
just turn
8.
to ice at any moment.
Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rolo.
Oh, she's helping?
With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body.
Okay, so no
They
ice
quickly
yet.
rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Oh, fighting. Whack. Hello, all. Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rolo. Hey, Miss Luca's Gran. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Oh, but this time it's a different vial.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
Oh.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
I think Beck did something.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No! I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that. There it is.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca.
You say mischievous? I would say mischievous. Mischievous.
Remember when I had the vial
Mischievous.
behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice. Oh, a little junk would be good too. A little change. Ooh, change is like the key word, right? Which one should we do though? Which one do we think it is? So we do the other ones first. Yeah, I think change is probably... Should we do malice first? The evil option? Just kill him.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Oh, the whiskey. Dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. Oh, that might make it super unstable. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Ooh, it's gonna happen. Is he gonna explode? Can you imagine? He actually exploded! Oh my god. Poof whiskey. Damn, dude. Pop goes the weasel.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage.
What?
The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance.
I guess maybe he just... Like, he didn't actually exploded, but he went younger again and just was unborn, basically. Maybe.
He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Amazing. Okay, let's try... I think change is the right one, so let's try junk this
I
time.
might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. Ooh. It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. It's a bad habit anyways. Pa always says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Hard to kick. Here it comes.
His body and face began to...
What's it gonna be? Super old, maybe? Ooh. Oh! He didn't feel so good. Damn. Maybe that made him super old. That's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed.
Damn.
Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines, a new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying.
Yep.
If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Okay, change.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Pocket change? Your unlucky penny! I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. Oh, is he gonna turn into a statue? Like a copper statue? What's that going to do? No idea. The beauty of science. Now we observe.
His body and...
What's it gonna be? A baby? Holy crap, he's a baby? Yeah, but he's still sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. Ooh, little babu. This is an innocent child. Look at him. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child.
He's so cute though.
She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we? We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father. Young Sharper. That would be a great help. Thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now. But wouldn't that still make him...
Epilogue.
I was actually wondering that. I was wondering, I can get a body, like, look at Rolo. So his body is older, but his brain is still the same, right? He's still the same young kid. And likewise, when Sharper went younger as Solomon, he's still his evil self. But it doesn't really make any sense, right? Because if you make the body younger, the brain should be more underdeveloped too. It should have made him like forget things or not as sharp, not as smart as like an adult. If he was still identical as Solomon, then he should also have the same brain as a baby. So it's a baby's body, but wouldn't it in reality still be able to talk and do everything as Sharper?
Beacon Pine's coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare.
Maybe because it's not as extreme. He looks very unhappy. Yeah, wouldn't it just be like as soon as he grows up, he'll just be evil? I don't know.
Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling
demon
leaves
baby.
of autumn. After everything Luca, Rolo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley.
Can Beck's mom help Gran go back to mom?
It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Oh, we're still going. Oh, right, it is Epilogue, though. Do you want to take the radio? Rolo, you up yet? Roger that. Beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. Rolo's the best. Well, actually, Don's the best, but unfortunately, Don is a mere side character. Where's Gran? Or Mom? Still Gran, though, so they didn't... Like, they weren't able to reverse her. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it.
Okay, bye.
Wait. We should go say hi to Dad. Wait, so in this version, we also had never realized that there's a fake town. Oh, they moved it. Okay, so they do know. Wouldn't you move the grave to the tree, though? Because you can't move the tree back, I guess. So the dad is still with the tree that he loves? I hear you and Rolo have big plans for that treehouse. Started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rolo 1 Luca rule. We decided to expand, but at least we got some help with that. Now the internship at Nelly and Ilona. How is the internship going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture. Ooh. Nelly said she'd write a letter of recommendation. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rolo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown, literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. He's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Wait. You gotta at least show me that, like, Beck's mom is working on, like, reversing everything, right? Hey, Gus, how's the tree planting going? Oh, Gus looks much happier. I'm so grateful to Alona and Nelly for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
When Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Aw, nice. You can count on us. Looks like you really found your calling. Never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. Oh, there they are. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nelly's idea. Still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Go slow and fix things. Slow and Dirty Harvest. Amen to that. Oh man, I'm a little sad though. They're not gonna reverse all the shit that happened. A little higher. Yep. Little lower. Little higher. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Yeah, I kind of feel like we need to... Like, what are we doing with the source? Isn't the source still there in, like, the Icy Town version? Like, what are we gonna do with that? Young Mr. Baby's still so cute. That pouty look. How's little Solomon doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, you know, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. I still don't know how to say it, Moodwill, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I am endeavoring to find less distasteful. I think you're doing a great job, and the whole town is ready to help out however we can. Can't wait to teach him to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. Aw, it's cute. What's today's news? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. Went to prison. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. Even the bad guy's happy. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
I can't move. Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Oh wait, down south. Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. Serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses. Builds something, alright. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello. What about that candy shelf though? Mind telling your mom we need more jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide the stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horst's famous spy jam. That's fun. Let's go check in with Dawn.
How you doing? I'm glad you swung by.
Follow-up questions for your story?
Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City. They offered me an internship.
Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter.
I don't know about all that. Story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals. Sort of writes itself if you think about it.
Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter.
Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in. See what sorts of new trouble you've gotten yourself into.
Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over.
We both know that's not true.
What makes you say that?
Call it a reporter's intuition.
So cute!
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation for the first time in years. And I've got you and your mom to thank. Why is that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me. Just like old times. Wait, can I talk to the clipboard? No. Okay, now we can go to Mr. Nuncreed, the library. Oh, bunnies. Hold on, bunnies. Ooh, so many people here.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that when they covered up the source, they found a species of fungus? And they are studying it in the new labs. Did you know that? Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the county. Yep, close to population before perennial harvest moved in.
It typically went on like this for quite some time.
Cute. Good friends.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? Kinda got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh. To experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go.
Sure thing.
Aw, everyone's so nice and happy. Can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. The town? I was talking about Hank Atomic. Just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth. But I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hedge about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, bye. See you later. Hey, Nuncreed. Gonna see my dad in a bit. Do you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you
Mr.
still...
Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Oh, well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now.
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next?
Me.
That's funny. Guess what? Yesterday I saw a Dynastus Titius. That's good? It's great! I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the county. So, do I go this way? Oh yeah, we're going to see Beck. That's right. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. What are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna plant a new tree? My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. I think it should do okay in the cold of Beacon Pines. And thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. Take Jeff's wild ride to Beacon. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. That's such a nice gesture. Plant a new tree. How long does it take for a tree to, like, mature? It takes a long time, doesn't it? Ah, you got it. Would it be like 10 years? 20 years? Being a special occasion and whatnot, this ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree. Yeah, really long, right? 50 plus? Yeah, I wasn't sure. Maybe it depends on the tree. No.
I think this is it.
It's so sad though that I don't know about you guys, but I would probably move the dad before planting a new tree.
The end I've been waiting for.
But maybe I guess they don't want to like mess with the ground.
Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along.
I wonder if the narrator is anyone in the town.
I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words.
Ah, you know what? It actually would have been so nice if it was a male narrator and then it ended up being Luca's dad narrating the whole thing.
Let's just watch
And
the
then
end together.
him getting a new tree at the end. Done. A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. Feel like a dang cello. I would not be happy. Can you imagine losing like 20 years or 30 years of your life? It's like instead of... I mean, you still grow physically to be old, but you're just gonna die when you're mentally like 50, 60. You two would make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh, God. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. Found the perfect way to start our summer. I didn't expect the timeline where Rolo got kidnapped to be the one that made it to the end. That's interesting. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about that? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're gonna forget him? She wouldn't forget him. Forget what he looked like, forget his voice. No, because so much of him lives on in you. Ah, that's true. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. Ah, that's nice. That's very nice.
No.
Hey, Dad. Dr. Moodwill says that over the next few years, this place should warm up. So you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I thought he was going to make a snow angel. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. That's so nice. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand.
Those little feet. He's just hanging out.
That's so cute. Do I need to do something? Do you think this is the end? Oh, it is. The book closes. Are you gonna blow out the candle? Close the book. Yay! Ah, that was amazing. I'm so glad we played that. What a nice little story. Gameplay wise, not much I could do, but it's definitely cool to see it like unravel like that. And see like explore different. It really is like a choose your own adventure book, but in a video game form. There's an after credits. Okay, let's stay put then. 10 years later, the tree. Oh. Sharper, did you find it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it did. Oh no. I found... Oh god, please don't go adult. Oh no! No!